What I'm noticing recording this video after the last one is that I'm feeling very vulnerable. Because first of all, thank you so much for your kind comments, because that was a really nerve-wracking video to put out, and it has lifted such a huge weight off my chest, and I didn't know that really was there. And so when I sort of pressed to publish it, I was like, oh my god, because it'd been such a big thing like in my life, and like I said, I had not felt ready to share it, and so it was quite scary, but also very liberating, because it feels like I can kind of let that chapter of my life go, and this is a whole new era now of curry tea. And I suppose I needed a bit of recalibration time after doing that video to think, well, what now? I suppose I can share so many lessons and things that I'm still learning, and carry on doing the same thing really. But there is a new kind of vibe and energy to my whole life, so inevitably that will affect the channel at some point. But yeah, thank you so much for all your kind comments. Some of them I've sat there just feeling like, wow, that you're just such a nice bunch of people. And yeah, it's really, like, I felt really held in the experience. I remember one of the comments was, you've supported me through some of my darkest times. Now I hope that we can support you. And I thought, oh my god, that's so nice. And yeah, I mean, I'm just like everybody, just had a breakup, and it was hard, and different hard, because I wasn't heartbroken. It's just a very different transition, like a new era. I suppose I say I wasn't heartbroken, but I was very sad that the part of me that had been like, I really wanted to work and I'll do anything, basically had to just not do that anymore, because that was what was best for us and the family. And so that's been hard. There's grief in it. And so the point of this video was because I was actually looking at some pictures of me from the day after me and Johnny broke up, and I felt really uncomfortable looking at these pictures, because I was smiling in the pictures, and I was like, I think I'd sent them to the kind of family group WhatsApp, because there were pictures of Noah and me, and I think I was just trying to be okay. And I was like trying to be okay when I wasn't really okay. I wasn't able to properly address and sit with my feelings, because that was just part of the process of grief, I suppose. And when I look back at those pictures now, I just feel really sad, because I think I just wasn't okay. I just was not all right. I was just carrying so much, and so much confusion, and I felt very lost. I felt very scared. The first night that Johnny wasn't here, I felt this big void in the house. Like, it was just a real stark contrast. Like, the energy had gone, and I was like, this is really weird. And I felt scared about being, the only parent in the house. Like, what happens if something happens to me? What am I going to do? How's anyone going to know? And all these kind of scary thoughts were happening. And I just wasn't, at the beginning. I think I see a lot of people say, why am I not over this yet? Why am I still thinking about it? Why can't I get to the other side of it? Why don't I feel okay yet? Why am I still thinking about it? And I get this question all the time. And my theory about it is that we do ourselves such a disservice by thinking that we should be somewhere that we're not, and by thinking that we'll have some kind of epiphany that will help us to let go, or thinking that there's a real set limit. Like, people say to me all the time, like, it's been 3 months now and I'm still thinking about it, or it's been a year and I'm still thinking about it, and sometimes even longer. But the process is so individual for everybody, and people are always saying, I should be over it now. No, you shouldn't, because you're not. And that's the fact. The fact is, you're not over it, so you shouldn't be over it, because you're supposed to be where you are. And I think I was doing the same thing. Like, looking back, I was like looking at those pictures, and I was just like, I was trying really hard, especially in those first couple of weeks, to just be all right with it. And I was logicking everything. I was literally logicking, well, this had to happen because da 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 da. And there was loads of really good reasons, and it made perfect sense. But really, there was an emotional part of me that was like, I wasn't able, as much as I know, and I would tell anyone else the same thing. This is why I'm saying this to you, because even if you know logically that you should be feeling your feelings, sometimes it's really hard to do it, even if you know it. So I knew that I could be feeling my feelings, but I wasn't. I was logicking it, because that's the pattern, that's the, historical thing that I did, push down my feelings. They were not appropriate, or they were too much for people. So, and to be fair, like, I don't think I had the right emotional language around me at the time, because I'm more often the one holding the space for people's emotions, and quite often there's not really as many people there holding it for me. And I noticed that quite a lot at that time, that I was still holding everybody else's emotions and holding everything up for everyone, but there wasn't really someone there holding up for me. And that was really, really hard. And so I had to go out and seek it and find that support. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were people who were there for me, but I don't think that people realise the extent of the enormity that it meant that me and Johnny broke up. It was just such a big thing. But I think a lot of people around me were quite relieved, so they were more focused on that. And I think that's one of the things that's hard, isn't it? It's like, people around you want the best for you, so they kind of brush over but hang on, let me be with you while you're still hurting, while you're still processing this big transition in your life. Let me be with you while you're in pain, and not rush you to the next bit when you're over it, when you're okay, when you see how great this was for you, that this had to happen. Like, actually there has to be a moment where you're just with the emotions, the discomfort. And I found that really hard. And one of the best things is I did have one amazing friend. I mean, I've got lots of amazing friends, but I had one particular friend who literally would just let me ring him up and cry. And I would just be in the car and I'd be like, can you sit with me while I just process this? And he would. And like, it was just so important, and it helped me to like process so much. And I guess the point of this video is to, like, if you're not okay, just don't be okay. It's fine. You're not supposed to be okay. Like, there's so many big feelings and they want to be felt. And what I did for a long time, for like months, was every single morning I would get up and give myself time to feel whatever I was feeling, and I would just have a massive cry. And then it helped me to process a chunk of the energy that was stuck, so that I could just get on with my day. And that really, really helped. And then obviously that friend who just let me cry with him, that was really good. But then the thing is that it's so gradual, and over time you just start feeling lighter and lighter, and things start to become clearer, and you're less trying to figure it out and work it all out, and it just becomes easier. You've just got to find the right people, honestly, in times like this. And sometimes, your parents are not the right people, and being around them too much can be quite triggering in times like this, because they want the best for you and they hate seeing you upset. So that's can put pressure on you to be somewhere that you're not. But yeah, like I say, the reason why I did this video is just because recently I've had so many clients who are like, why do I still care? I don't get it. Like, logically, I know. And the other thing is that I notice how just this is such a go-to thing that people do. Like I said recently, my nana died, and my grandpa is obviously, you know, it's been 2 months now, and he's doing so incredibly well. You wouldn't believe. It's amazing. But I spoke to him the other day, and I said to him, Grandpa, like, you seem so well. You seem so okay. You're so busy. You know, you're doing, you know, really, really well. But is there any grief in what you've been experiencing lately as well? Because you're always talking about how lucky you are. And he was like, well, I just think I'm so lucky. You know, I think I'm so lucky because I've had such an amazing life with your nana. And I was like, I know, but is there any moments where you get choked up about it? Because I've not heard that from him, and I've been interested in it. It did happen a lot at the beginning, but not in the last month or two, a month and a half or something. And he said, well, I did have a moment today. And he was saying that he went to a raffle and he won a meal for 2. And I thought, oh, that can't have been easy. And the woman there was going, so who are you going to take? And he said, well, I would have taken my wife. And then she said, well, why don't you? And he said, well, because unfortunately she died. And then he broke down. Because obviously that was one of these illuminating moments that we get in grief, where we think we're okay, we're doing okay, we're logicking our way out of things, and then something happens and makes it go, oof, oh God, that's still there, that's really there, and that's a big moment. And I felt like, wow, that must have been, can you imagine a 90-year-old man telling you his wife had died 2 months ago and then bursting into tears? It just would have broken me. So I was like, oh, Grandpa. I was like, that sounds really difficult. And he was like, well, she was the right person for it because she said all the right things and everything. But we do get these moments, like, especially when you're trying to logic your way out of grief, usually the emotion will come up anyway, and you might start feeling frustrated with yourself, like, why am I not over it? Because logically I should be over it. There isn't really any logic in this. It's all emotion. So the more that you can connect with your emotions and sit with and be with what's there, no matter how uncomfortable, the quicker you're going to get through. And I did get a comment saying, don't wallow in this. I mean, the only way out is through. So don't call it wallowing. I mean, you can go into victim mode and then you can get stuck there, and you have to be mindful of that. But at the same time, you can't force yourself to feel or be where you're not. I think one of the things that I say most to my clients and to myself is be where you are, be where you are, be where you are, be where you are, because that's where you have to be. Even if it's messy, even if it's confusing, even if you don't know what's going on, be where you are. And the emotion starts moving, and that's what's been happening for me. And there is still things left, there's still confusion, there's still moments where I'm like, what? What is that? Why is that still there? And I'm processing it, but I know this is where I'm meant to be. So it's like being able to hold the space for myself and having the right people. And this is why I love the Heartbreak Healers, by the way, because everybody is in the same boat and there is no rush. There is no judgment. There's no, you should do this, you should do that, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. It's none of that. It's just a perfect space for everybody to process what they're processing and to bring up what's coming up for them. So if you would like to join the Heartbreak Healers, you can join any time now, because I've set it up differently. We've got this new Circle app, which is awesome, where you get updates and you can communicate with the others, you get the recordings and everything. It's really cool. So if you would like a space to join, to be where you are, then join the Heartbreak Healers Club. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. The other thing, and thanks again for all your kindness about the video and for bearing with me while I recalibrate and figure out what I'm doing. But I'm feeling like it's going to be awesome, and there's so many things that I can now share with you. And you're going to watch me go on my new journey to creating something new. Freedom and fun. These are the things that I'm thinking about. Freedom and fun and lightness and creativity and play. This is what we have to bring in now. I'm actually auditioning for a pantomime tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm auditioning for Aladdin. If you can think of what part I should audition for, let me know, because as far as I know, the only female part is Jasmine, but I'm sure there's more than that. I was thinking how cool it would be to be the genie. It'd be so cool to be the genie. Anyway, I'm just digressing now. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.